I always wonder when I sit down to film one of these videos, it takes some time to get this set up and all of that. I always wonder what other YouTubers do, like, pre-setup. How do they just strictly focus on it, or they do some other things on the side? Because sometimes I just fall down rabbit holes on YouTube, and lately I have been getting back into body camera footage. So, literally just a couple seconds ago, I was listening to a 30-something-year-old woman screaming like a 16-year-old fighting this cop for no reason. And now, I'm going to open some Pokemon stacking tin. So, welcome to the channel. Anyways, the last time we did these, I actually missed out on one, as I could only find 2 of the tins, and I didn't care enough to try and find the third, and so I just threw in an extra product. This time we actually have all 3. So, we have our little Flapple here, our Dragapult the Goomy, and we have Drampa. And this is our Dragon tin. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like these. I do not like these tins. Sorry about that, something in my throat. I picked them up because this is my channel. I cover Pokemon content, and in a way, I feel like not picking them up would not be doing justice to my viewers. We have some stickers. I don't like them because we have so many different styles of tin, but because they're all relatively flat, they're kind of easier to store, and most people probably have a system for storing them, or they just get rid of them. These are kind of more of a pain, and yeah, they're called stacking tins, but they don't stack very well. They fall over very easily, so storing them's kind of a pain. They're also just not good for anything. Most of the tins are like that as well. Storing stuff in these tins is never super great. But like this shape, like you can't do anything good with this for like storing cards or anything. Like if you want to throw like your condition markers in here or whatever, sure. I don't like them. I don't like these little tins. So yeah, we get some stickers with it. If you're big into stickers, there you go. I think the biggest upside of these is that if you wanted like a display for something, like if you have like a shelf with Pokemon stuff displayed, you could like stack up these tins and it's like, oh look, artwork. But inside of our first tin, it was just the 2 stickers, sticker sheets. Then we have Obsidian Flames, and a base set Scarlet and Violet. So let's open up this Obsidian Flames. I feel like I've been seeing more of these lately, the Obsidian Flames and base set Scarlet and Violet. I feel like it had been a while since I had seen any. I remember mentioning it in a video not too long ago. How, we haven't seen them in a bit, so perhaps Pokemon Company was like actually running out. Oh my god, can this thing open? But it was actually like running out of stock on them finally, because normally with these sets it takes them forever. But nope, they definitely still have some kicking around, and they're using these stacking tins to try and get rid of their back stock. Statland, Froagator, Carvana, King Gambit, and the Palafin. And time for our next Obsidian Flame. So I guess we have 3 packs each, so we have 9 packs to do here today. I'd say that's not too bad for one video. And we get some stickers if that's what you're into. Code card, we have the Sinistea Tabulb. There's something poking out back there that looks real colorful and has very much grabbed my interest. We have the Numel, Mawile, Espeon, the Floatzel, Wishcash, we have Rhyme, Chardet, and what is the colorful boy? Ah, it's a Victini. I don't know why it seemed like it would be like a big full art or something, but only seeing the very edge can very much trick you. Either way, not a bad card to have. I remember Victini being like a huge deal when it was released. I don't remember how that worked. It was like a promo, like you had like... God, how did that work? Did you like pre-order a game, or was it just like a code that they gave out as a distribution for like a week? I don't remember what it was. I just remember Victini was one of those things where people like assumed it was going to be this like huge legendary and yada yada. And it's cool. Like I still like Victini. I remember using it a lot from the distribution or however it was that I got my hands on it. I definitely use that little guy a lot. So he does have some space in my heart, but I wouldn't say he's like a favorite of mine. I think I liked him a lot more back then than I do now. But yeah, he's a neat little boy still. We have the full art, special illustration rare, correct, because it is an EX with 2 stars. We have the Spidops EX, and this one is new to me. Despite the fact that it is from all the way back at base set Scarlet and Violet, I actually have not pulled this guy, so maybe he has a bit of rarity to him. Not a bad pull. And we have a Salazar. Oh, I didn't even think to point this out before, but the 4 stickers coincide with the the four boys, wrapping around this tin. And I punched my camera, because screw all the work I do to try and make sure that things are nice and centered before I start recording. Now I just get to do it by hand and hope it's good enough. To be fair, I always do it by hand, but I have some tricks to try and make it okay. I feel like I want to eventually, and I don't know how I feel about it, because I feel like that's one of the best backdrops I've had. But I'm gonna ruin the magic here a little bit. No, I don't have white bricks in my house. That's a sheet of fabric. I feel like it's pretty obvious. It's obviously flat. It's supposed to look like it's kind of 3D, and I guess like when it's kind of like blurry, right? If I'm like focusing on, if I was taking a product shot like this, that would look pretty legitimate. But yeah, it's fabric. I feel like that always kind of throws me off a little bit, because it isn't like, all the bricks aren't perfectly straight because it is fabric. I had to try and stretch it out really good, and they're not like perfectly straight, and it tends to throw me off. Anyways, as for our stickers, we have, what a shocker, the Pokemon that were on the outside of the tin. But those are all of our steel boys, and I'm assuming we're going to look at the exact same thing. Obsidian Flames, Scarlet and Violet. So, I guess we'll just continue down the same order, hoping that, once again, our Scarlet and Violet pack can come through for us. I definitely feel like the starting of the Scarlet and Violet era wasn't super great when it came to the sets. I think that my biggest complaint is still how they handled EXs in the beginning. The printing looked so washed out, and it was like by the second set, like by, the time that Scarlet and Violet base set was done, they had already, like, improved them. But I don't know. I feel like this era of Pokemon TCG has just gotten better and better since the first release. And I don't know if I can say that about every era. I mean, yeah, things have always gotten bigger and yada yada. But I mean, even with like Sun and Moon, I still like base set. I still think base set is great. I know most people get tired of the base set because, you just get them all the time, and it's probably the set that you've done the most of more often than not by the end of that era. But I don't know, I really liked it. And even Sword and Shield base set, there's a lot of things in there that I liked. I don't know about Scarlet and Violet. Whenever I see a base set pack, I'm just like, woo! Like, it's not all that interesting to me. Granted, we did get that Psyduck CX, and so there are obviously, things in here that I am yet to pull. But I'm just never excited for it. I want to say never. If it's been a while, it can be neat. But it's just, I feel like this set, or this era, has just improved more and more and more as it has gone on. And going back to the beginning just kind of feels, pointless to me. But that's just my poorly informed opinion. And finally, we have the Psychic tin here with our Screamtail, Espeon, Galarian Ponyta, and the Gengar. Alright, take off our top right here, and let's see. What a shocker. We have an Espeon, Galarian Ponyta, Gengar, and Screamtail sticker. I know, it's really surprising. What's even more surprising are the packs inside. Obsidian Flames, and Scarlet and Violet. I bet none of you saw that coming. So, we have our final 3 here to do. Hopefully we can get something more than just the Psyduck CX. I would certainly not complain. I was looking at, like YouTubers, pre-recording, yada yada. Another bit of advice, if you do YouTube, or if you're even considering it, people always say it's a good idea to be hydrated, yada yada. I always keep a drink in here with me whenever I do these, because if my throat starts to get, tired out, my voice will start going out, or I might even have a voice crack, or whatever else. Or you might start hearing the sound of my dry mouth opening, which isn't a great sound to hear. If I can suggest, don't do what I did. Don't use cranberry juice. That stuff is bitter, and it just makes you more thirsty. We have, there we go, the 3 stars, I think is Ultra Rare is how they define that. The Golden Charizard EX as its Terra Dark type. It is weird seeing it as a Terra Dark type with it being this vibrant in gold, Kind of odd for burning darkness. But, not a bad card to pull. I actually want to say that we already have this guy. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've pulled him before. And we have a Darkrai. Yet, I can't even begin to guess value, but I know that just being Charizard, he is up there. And next, Obsidian Flames. I'm just happy that we got more than just God, what were the pulls that we've even had? Is it just those three? Was it just Cytops EX, Charizard EX, and the Victini? I think Victini EX was the only EX we pulled, or am I wrong? I'm actually not certain. We have the Mawile, Bouffalant, the Crabominable, the Combee Toxel, and the Holo Scizor. Which means we have one last shot with the base set Scarlet and Violet, hoping to get something inside. Watch, it's gonna be another side ops. We're gonna get another side ops full art special illustration. Palpad, Flabebe, Toxel, Procalor, Muck, Florges, Caspakid, Buzel, and a Hollow Mascardi. The Persona Cat. Anyways, it is now time for the bonus card of the day. I am going to have a description down here of what this is all about. But I had mentioned in the last video, I believe, things got kind of mixed up, but it should be the last video, that we had our hard sleeve card finally ready at the back to be our next card. And now we get to finally see what it is. So of course this is a card that I purchased, but that doesn't mean that I remember it, as this has been sitting in that thing for forever. This could be nothing, I want to point that out. We've had other hard sleeve cards in here. The only reason this feels special to me is because this was just the last hard sleeve left, and I haven't had any hard sleeved cards in this in a long while. This has been the only one. For all I know, this is super basic, because all I do is I leave these things in here in the condition that I bought them. Whatever sleeves they were in, or if they even weren't in there, I put, I throw them in the box. This could be nothing. This could easily just be like a 10-cent card. But it's in a kind of like grippy, like textured sleeve on the inside. Well, let's pull that out. And this card is not in great condition. Off the bat, we have a crease right there. We have whitening. We have more whitening around the edge. This card has seen better days. But as far as guessing a year, if they cared enough about it to hard sleeve it, even with the condition that it's in, this has to be an older card. I don't want to say it's like Wizards of the Coast era, but it's definitely like, before 2010. I'm going to go with 2006. We have 2003. We have the Scyther EX from the E-Reader series. I don't know what set. I'm not good with that. But, oh, I love the E-Reader cards, even though this one isn't an actual E-Reader. It doesn't have the swipe on it. I want to say this is considered hollow, right? Because the border is hollow as well. It's Scream Reverse. But no, this is the hollow Scyther EX. From back before, when we had our original EXs. So I'm at least happy that it wasn't nothing. This easily could have been like a 10-cent card that someone just decided to throw in a hard sleeve. I don't know what it's worth. The price on screen is going to be if this card was in perfect condition, as I always just price them off of TCG players' market values. So take into account that this card has seen better days, actual value is going to be a bit lower than what you're seeing there. Yeah, you can even see a fold there on the front of the card, which kind of sucks. Right there in the corner. Aside from that, the front of this card is undamaged. Like, the hollow's a bit faded, I would say. Although it's still very vibrant. But there's no, like, scratches or anything. Oh, no, there's a second one. Never mind. Yep. It's almost like the top layer of the card got peeled there for where something, like, scraped across it kind of hard. But not hard enough to tear it. So, yeah, card has seen better days. But I'm still very happy to add the Scyther to my collection. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, click that button back there, down there. I guess if you're interested in the stacking tins, I will go ahead and link that video on screen of the last one of these that I did, and I'm gonna have a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging some stuff in the background. I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed, and hopefully I will see all of you guys next time. Goodbye for now.